Henry, don't look so surprised. Fenland SOIL Conference 2025, you were our keynote speaker.
Yes.
I thought your talk was inspired, especially with the likes of having Daniel here from the Labour Party. Do you want to just, I know it's so difficult to do, summarise your talk for us in a few words?
All I was trying to say was what was going on here is what needs to go on around the country. So a really serious discussion about what we need from our land, food, sequestering carbon, restoring biodiversity, and also tackling climate change. And so I was trying to set context of what was happening here in the broader national context. But what I'm really hopeful for is that this is something that needs to be solved at a local level, and the more of this we can have at a local level, the better. So I thought it was just fascinating.
And to challenge you, the work that you've done, I found it very seminal when you said that you'd written it for whatever colour of government. It's almost like you knew what was coming along.
Yeah, so I knew. I'd done one previous piece, a independent review for government on school food, and I learnt then that policy happens by accident. It kind of, the pressure builds, and then the government needs to do something, and they've reached the policy. And so I always knew that the National Food Strategy wasn't going to be implemented immediately. So I tried to tell a story about why the system was going wrong and what needed to be fixed, so that whatever government was in power at the time when the pressure rose, they could pick it up. And I'm hoping, we've got a whole bunch of announcements, I'm hoping that in the coming weeks...
You mentioned that, so you're optimistic?
I am. Well, I mean, I think that as I said up there, I think that the inheritance tax has been a massive, unnecessary creator of distraction, pain, anger, and it wasn't worth the win. But I think underlying, there's a serious intent to do the right thing, and I am optimistic, actually. Yeah.
And how can we help you? You're a force for good. We see you a lot when we hear the likes of groundswell. I feel that sometimes we've got to give you our support. Sometimes we're too quiet, or we're putting our attention in another direction. How can we help you?
Don't help me. No, I don't need help. But what I said at the end of the speech, I think is really important. That these are not easy discussions to have. There are serious trade-offs between energy, food, housing, nature, climate, and the one thing I think we can all do is engage in good faith in those discussions rather than immediately kind of retreating into camps yelling at each other. So that for me is the most important thing. We're about to have one of the hardest discussions we've had as a country for a long time. How are we going to use our land? Let's try and have that in a data-driven and civilized way rather than in a Twitter, truth social, shouty kind of way. That's the thing.
Henry, just to wrap up, if all of us were going to go, I don't know, visit a farm up north, and we were going to leave from King's Cross, and we ran into Lyon to get something to eat, what would you recommend? What's your favourite meal?
My favourite, I'm no longer involved in them. My favourite meal is still the Brazilian black bean stew.
Right, got it. Okay, Henry, thank you very much.
Thank you.